Okay, hello, welcome to the beginning part of the stream where we make sure everything is working okay. I'm sure it will be. We got the chat coming up soon. We'll get our playback. Okay, looks like that's all working out fine. Okay. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy different weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and find out what happens. In this video series I'm doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time every week for the next couple of months. So please feel free to write a comment on any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat, as any and all feedback is more than welcome and kind of the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not going to do a big recap because we're quite far into the series now, so I'd recommend looking at the tutorial videos that are also on the channel, or the first video in this series as a way of getting started. We've got 6 quests in our tracker here, so each one is a little deck of cards. They're labelled A to Z and numbered 1 to whatever, depending on how long they are. There are a couple here that we need to upgrade a skill called Intimidation in order to progress with them, so we might do that for a couple of them. At the moment though, we have got 5 terror from the stream before last. We had a nightmare, which is a mechanic where you have to do sort of a boss battle, although at the beginning you don't have all of the equipment to do that, so it's basically just trying to run away, and we didn't even have enough resources to do that the first time. So this 5 terror means that we can't access any shops or any quests, talking to people basically at all, or do any of your skills. So this only leaves a few things that you can do in a day. Last stream we killed a couple of boar and made the mistake of forgetting that we had the terror and tried to upgrade some things that we will do, but we're going to have to wait a day to do that. I'm still not 100% sure on how to do skipping forward in time, because something like this, it's supposed to be a bit of a punishment, but there are still things you can do, like we're going to do some fishing today, and you could even play the sort of poker style game Royal Oldham in the pub to try to gamble a bit of money and try to earn a bit more money if possible. And we can cook as well. Oh no, I guess cooking's a skill, so we can't do that. So yeah, there are only a couple of things we can do, but if we just skip forward then there's no consequence. So I think I was going to have a certain time in our tracker during the day that you can only skip forward from, I don't know, it's 16 hours in a day, so maybe halfway after 8 hours then you're able to skip, but I don't really know, because you can just walk around back and forward and back and forward for ages, and just go through time that way, so there's not really much point in that, so I have to have a little think about that a bit more. Also in our tracker here I put where we left off last stream, so we've got our 12-sided die, which is our player marker, and we've got our map card that we ended the stream on. We're at our friend Orod's house, so we've got over 300 mini map cards. This one, if you look in the top left corner, you can see it's card 271, and then we've got numbers for north, east, south and west that correspond to the cards you need if you go in that direction. Also on this card we've got a couple of foraging nodes, which I believe we've done both of those, or maybe we just did one actually. So I've got a little tracker here for all of the, I don't know if that's going to come up super well, for all the nodes. So we've only got one in there, 271, there were 2 there, so we've only done one, so we could do the other one if we wanted to. But we've got what we came for, which is really just to have some crickets so we could fish, and then we can make a bit of gold that way, and it would also use up a bit of time. It uses up 4 hours to do one fishing session at the moment, because we upgraded our rod. We bought a new one. We did get an old one from a quest, but we've upgraded to a new one. We paid a bit of money. We could in the next day upgrade, that's not we're going to do. We could upgrade to an even better rod actually. We did buy a fishing net, yes, we could get a grand fishing rod at 75 gold. That's quite a lot. We've got about almost 50 gold now, so we've got 49, so a bit more, and then it would only be 2 hours per fishing session. But I think what we need to do is upgrade our armor a bit more first, because we want to start killing bears, and then what we can do is start buying bear armor and upgrading bear armor. At the moment we're on boar armor, so if we show you our player board here, this is where all the equipment is. We've got iron daggers, we've got boar leather mainly. We do have a bear leather hat. We've got a satchel that gives us 35 slots, but as you can see, we've got quite a lot of that used up now. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 slots free. We use these 1/2 inch square chits, but some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. We've got 5 apples in our pouch. Items in your pouch are for healing, really, and they're the only items you can access during combat. So you want to put things in there that are going to help you in combat. We've got space for quest items and our dream deck, which we go through in sequential order. You can buy a room at the inn, either just for one night or for a whole week. It's cheaper to do it if you do it for the whole week. We've got skiff storage, we've got the weather is okay or raining. It's okay at the moment. Animals won't come out in the rain. And then we've got a quest item of a map here that you get very early on, or you can get very early on if you do the quest, which tells you roughly where everything is. So there's a little spot for that. We don't have a room at the inn. We've been sort of wild sleeping at the moment. We just need 1 more gold, and then we could spend 50, and we've got a week at the inn, and then might be worth doing that. That's a whole week. It's quite a long time. At the moment we're on day 5 of week 2. Yeah, well, first of all we're going to do a bit of fishing, go through a bit of time, and yeah, I guess we're going to say once we hit 16 half hours, because the time is measured in half hours, every 12 steps is 1 half hour. I'm going to say you can just skip forward. Well, I don't know, because you can just go left, right, left, right, left, right, and then it doesn't really do any difference. Doesn't make any difference, so I guess you can just skip whatever. Or I was thinking you'd have to eat some food, so an apple, for instance, would skip you an hour ahead, perhaps. Or maybe you just have to eat, I don't know, anything, and it will give you sort of, and if you just eat one item, then you can skip as much as you want in time. I do feel like there has to be some kind of payment to skip forward in time, otherwise you can just ignore some of these things, especially what we've got at the moment, which is the terror you get from the nightmare, which is kind of important to keep that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go north up here to the river fishing spot. So I'm just going to put this out of the way a little bit because we need a bit of space to do the fishing. So we want card 268 to go north. Here are all our map cards arranged into 50s. So we just take 268, so that's going to be right at the back here. So we take the whole group, and then we'll just look in the top left corner for 268. Place it down where it needs to go. So we're going into the woods, which means time is doubled for every step, and every step you roll an 8-sided die to see what you encounter in terms of animals. So you can, a 1 to 3 is nothing, a 4 5 is a rabbit, which is just taking a random card and you either get some raw meat or you don't, and 4 5 6 7 is a boar, and 8 is a bear. So we luckily we managed to do 2 encounters last stream without dying too much, so we've only got 11 health though, and we've only got apples which restore 1 health back. So I'm going to save the 5 though, probably for the next day, to get an order of a pie in, I think, because it's a bit cheaper and you take the ingredients, but it takes a day to get it back. So we can't really afford to get hit too many times, so we're going to have to try to make a bit of a run through the woods here. So we're going into the woods, so we're on 5 steps, so 6 7 steps into the woods, and we roll straight away. So we want 4s and 5s, really, I guess. We get a 6, so that is a boar. So we do have a sneak skill unlocked, which means that there is a chance that we can sneak past any creature, animal, or monster. Depends on their sneak level. A boar has a sneak of 4. So just show you quickly what that looks like. Here's the board. Information card. So you got their health. You got each enemy will have an effect that it does at the end of each round. Rounds are either going to be 2, 3, or 4, and at the end of a round, that's when you reshuffle your cards, your weapon deck. And then you've got loot there, so 2 raw meat and 1 boar hide. So we've got a couple of boar hide from last stream, but so we don't really need any more. So we want to upgrade that so we can start taking on bears, which have 40 health. So we want a 4, 5, 6. We get a 1, so we don't sneak past it, unfortunately. And that means it's going to do an attack on us. But before we do that, what we can do is we have a dodge in our weapon deck. So we've got a lot of cards in our weapon deck here. You upgrade it as you go. You start with 12, and then you can upgrade them however you like. You pay per card, 15 gold per card, and then you want to get all 24 cards in your deck eventually, because you start with 4 miss cards and they never leave your deck. So you want to have as many cards as possible so they turn up the least amount of times, really. So, but we got dodge, and we got a special skill from our species trait, which is what you pick at the beginning of the game, who to play as. And so we can change any of our cards into an initiative, which means we can do that before combat starts, but we don't get a dodge here, unfortunately. So these are the 4 cards you pick at the beginning of the round. So we'll shuffle up. We've been very unlucky here, no dodge cards, and we didn't get the sneak roll. So we've got to hope now that the card that the boar is going to reveal is either a miss card or something low. It's a bite. It's going to do 4 damage to us, and we can't do anything about that. We're not going to stay and fight it, so we're going to take the 4 damage, put that back in there, and we take 4 damage. That's how that's going to go. We'll leave that out just in case we need it. So that's a bit unfortunate. We didn't get the dodge card. So 4 damaged against us. So that's for my 11. So that's down to 7 then, right? So we've only got 7 health. We really want to be avoiding these encounters, but there's nothing you can do about it when you're going through the woods. So I want 2, 2, 6. That's a different group of cards. So 2, 2, 6. I might do a bit of logging if we come across a logging node. We do come across a logging node. We can do that because logging doesn't give you a lot of money, but if we just have 1 more gold, we've got 50 gold, which would be enough to have the inn. 7, 8, 9. It depends how lucky we are at the fishing as well. We can have a bit more gold from that. So that's that. We're going to roll for an encounter. It's a 1, so that's nothing. That's fine. We'll take that. Now we're going to do a bit of logging. Logging's very simple. We simply just take all the level 1 logging cards. Don't know if that's going to show up. And we got I think all the skills got up to level 5 at the moment. Well, we haven't really upgraded too much other than cooking, and we couldn't upgrade any more whilst we've got terror at the moment, unfortunately. So yeah, like I said, it's supposed to be a bit annoying to have terror, but I don't want it to be too annoying that it makes you not want to play the game. So there are some things you can do, but yeah, I guess, I don't know. We're gonna have to have it. They have to eat something to skip forward in time. I think that's the only way of doing it. Yeah, and then if you don't, you can just pretend like you've gone through time like that. Oh, walnut log. It's worth 2 gold. We have to take it to the wood shop for that. That's fine. We'll take logging here. Walnuts. Let's see if we can find it. Is it a plank? No, it's a log. Where are logs? No. We haven't done. We did a bit of mining at the very beginning of the game, so if you want to see how that works, you can do that. But we don't really need to do anything with mining because fishing will give us more more gold, if you excuse the pun. Yeah, the mining's really just for creating ingots that can upgrade plate armor, and we're doing a leather armor build for this, so we don't need it at all, really. Okay, we're filling up spaces in in our satchel. So I'm quite tempted to spend the 50 gold, but I really wanted to level up our cooking skill. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. Okay, let's see if we hit another node. So that's that done. So 2, 2, 3. We'll move again. Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. Oh, we use that node. We'll use this node as well. Let me just put down a little pin in the node that we've used with card 226. 226. There we go. And we're going to do the next one as well. So 9, 10, 11 steps. Roll for an encounter. It's a 5. 4, 5 is a rabbit. Yes. Well, that's good. Let's take a rabbit out. Be nice to get another bit of raw meat. This is just a random selection of cards. You either get some raw meat or you don't. It's only one raw meat, but we want raw meat to cook it and get some money. And the more we have, the more, the better our chances. Basically, we've got 7 at the moment, so another one will be good. Capture 1 raw meat. Very good. I don't know if that's going to go on. 1 raw meat. Fantastic. Thanks. Good. Happy days. Let's grab another raw meat. Raw meat. There it is. That was good. That was nice and lucky. We had a lot of bad luck in the last couple of streams, so it's great to have a bit of good luck now. Okay, we've only got 3 spots left in our satchel. We're gonna do, yeah, I guess we're gonna do another one of these. Might as well. Login. Let's do that again. See, there's an oak plank in here. Did we sell that one? We did get one once. Oak. 4 gold for that. Walnut again. That's okay. Happy with walnut. It's better than yew, which is yew logs. So we'll put this in 2, 2, 3 as well. So you can see on this that there was also going to be one on 2, 2, 4, but I don't think we need to worry too much. We've already got 4 extra gold there on top of our 49, and we'll do a bit of fishing, so we probably won't bother any more nodes. Let's leave that there. Let's put the login back. Right, north again to 181. Okay, almost out of the woods. I think the fishing one is the one just above the next one. So 11, 12, 1. So we go all the way around again. That's 1/2 hour used up. Annoyingly, we're at the beginning of the day, so it's just yeah, I don't know really what we're going to do about the skipping forward. That's 1 again, so nothing, and then we'll move to 178. I guess there's nothing you can really do about the skipping if you think about it, because people can just go do, and then they're not skipping time technically, but they can just say they did that a bunch of times. Right, here we are. Here's the fishing node. So there's a 1 river fishing and 1 sea fishing node. This is the river one, which is good for catching more fish, generally at the lower catch rates. And the sea though is better for catching bigger fish. So there's a reason for both really, depending on what bait you've got. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the last roll out of the woods. 1 more encounter roll leaving the woods. It's a 6, which is a boar. Let's roll our sneak die, 4, 5, 6. It's a 3. We do not sneak past it. Let us see if we can get our dodge, because that means we don't need to get the boar cards out. Let's see what our luck is doing today. We pick 4 for our hand, as normal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Give us a dodge. We get a dodge. Huzzah. So we use our skill, which you can use once per combat, to turn any card into an initiative. So it doesn't matter what they would have brought out, even if they had a charge, which is their initiative card. We put our dodge there, we can dodge out of the way, so that means we don't need to get any of their cards out, so that's a nice little way of skipping a bit of time there. So we're going to do a bit of fishing, so we get all the fishing cards out. I've done it quite a few times now on the stream. Fishing is a great way to get some gold. We've got a river fishing deck and a sea fishing deck, and what we do is we create a new deck depending on what bait you're using and if it's a river or fishing or sea node. So we create a little 5x4 grid. So we'll have a little look in our skills book. Though fishing technically isn't a skill, I realise, so it shouldn't actually be in the skills book because you don't level it up, you just buy a new rod. So that's why we can still do this even when we've got our terror with us. So we're going to use our crickets that we've got, so that's making a bit of space in our satchel. Put that there. Maybe we just take it back, yeah, crickets. So we use our crickets. So we using crickets in the river deck, so that means we need 8 nothing cards, 6 medium fish cards, 4 small fish cards, and 2 treasure cards. So 8 nothings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we got small and only medium in the river. Large fish are only in the sea. So I think it's all of the medium. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we've got the 2 treasures as well. So we have to give it a little shuffle for the small fish cards because we're not using all of them, and there are 2 different types of small fish. So we'll see if we get lucky. Well, we don't even want any of the small fish really. We want the medium fish. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then what we do is we just put them into a new deck, everything together, and then we'll shuffle it up and then put them into a little grid. So it does take a bit of time, this mini game, but I like that we've got a couple of mini games that take a bit more setting up. Fishing, hunting, and mining have a bit of a more in-depth mini game, and then things like logging, foraging. What else? Foraging, logging. There, I think. Yeah, it's just those 2. They're very simple, just picking a random card from the deck. So yeah, I think that's any of those ones. And then yeah, so it's a bit of a mix of, I guess, depending on what mood you're in as well. But fishing is kind of the good way of getting money, so it is definitely worth doing. But logging is what you want to do right at the beginning of the game because it's simpler, and you have to do a quest to get the fishing rod, so you might not have that right at the beginning. Right, we get to pick 5 cards with crickets, so that's, and if we get a nothing card, you have to get rid of the ones north, east, south, and west of it. So we're going to do 5 along, 4 down. So you'd want to take the corners to, so if you get a nothing card you only lose 2 other cards, but if you find a fish, I've found that if you go for the one next to it, more often than not it tends to be another fish. Right, 5 goes. It's a nothing card, so we get rid of the 2 next to it. That's not a good start. Oh dear. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, sunbleak, there's a fish. Let's do the one next to it. Okay, that's a medium fish, very good. That's 3. 2 more. I'm going to do the one next to it. Ah, I pushed my luck too much. Okay, one more go. One more go. Okay, where should we go? This one? This one? Doesn't matter really now. Oh, that was good. Medium. 2 mediums and a small fish. That's not bad. We're going to get a fair bit of gold. We can check. What did we miss out here? Oh, just 2 small rivers. All the rest were nothing. So that's actually quite good. And that's fishing. Quite straightforward, but I think having it laid out in a grid adds and having it so that if you get a nothing card, it gets rid of the ones next to it. So I think that adds a bit of well, just a little bit of depth to it, you know. We didn't get unidentified object, unfortunately, but we've been quite lucky before with getting treasure chests. We got a fair bit of money from one before. So we put all of the small fish, there were lots of small fish, all the small fish away, all the nothing cards together. I use the nothing cards to separate the sea and river decks. Then we'll put the treasure down, then the medium fish, and then the small fish. We'll see what we've got. So, what have we got? So the medium fish are going to get just converted into raw meat and gold, and the small fish you will get a chit for. So, pretty sure it's in animal loot where I put that, so I'll have a quick look in that in a minute. So we've got a sunbleak, which would be worth 2 gold. Yeah, and then we've got 2 raw meat from the 1 each from each medium fish. So that's good. That means we can cook up a bit more gold. And then we've got 17. So we've got almost 20 gold from that. 19 gold, 2 raw meat. I mean, that's alright. That's alright. I'm alright with that. Right, let's get a sunbleak fish. I have to have a little look in here. I think it's in there, yeah. Try to find a sunbleak. There it is. So we have a little chit for that. Small fish have chits because, well, basically because we needed it for a quest. But that's okay, we can have them with chits just for that. And we take them to this guy at the pub, he'll buy them off you. He's the guy you do the quest with, who gives you the old rod. It's his old rod you take because he's a poacher. So you are tasked with stopping him poaching. So we've got that, sunbleak. Oh my god, we're using up a lot of our space now. So, how much? So 2 raw meat. Oh, I just took all those out, and that's a good idea. Try to find the raw meat again. Try to find the raw meat. So obviously, I would have a better system for organising chits. This is just a simple one for now, but it does mean this is a little bit longer than it should take. Where is the raw meat? Oh, it's the one where you can't see the names of any either side. Seems to be about the way it goes. Okay, 2 raw meat. Right, we've only got 1 spot left after this. But, we've got a lot of raw meat, so I'm happy with that. We're going to level up our cooking so we can get more gold. Well, more chance to get better cooked things, which means we can sell it for more money. Okay, so there's our, we've almost got a completely full satchel there. We can drop some items and just get rid of them if we don't want them, because there's some there that we're not going to need for a while. So you can do that if you want to as well. I'm quite tempted to get a week at the inn, but it's all 50 gold to do that. 17 gold from the 2 medium fish. We'll just take that straight away. 17. Okay, so we're using our real coin purse and real coins. These are Chinese fortune coins. Makes it a bit more fun when you get some money. So we want 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it feels good to have a nice fat weighty purse. But I've also got a tracker for the gold too, so you can just have a little look at it and let's see if that comes up. It's on here on the right, the yellow one, so you can just have a quick look at it and know how much you've got. So we want 49 plus 17, so that's going to be basically 50 plus 16, so that's going to be 66, I think. 49, yeah, 50 plus 16, 66, yeah. So we can just see that nice and easily as well. But it does feel good to have that, but that's an optional thing really. Right, there's our fishing done. So, we've got a fair bit of gold. How much? 66, that's right. Okay, 66. So, what we want to do now is have a think about, we could upgrade our intimidation. We've got a couple of quests here that require intimidation. Merwin, Lillian, Olwyn. So if we just have a little look at these characters, it'll say what their intimidation level is. So let's just find them and see how. There's Merwin. We want Lily. There's Olwyn. Where's Lily? There's Lily. So we've got these 3 characters, and to continue with these quests we need to intimidate them, so we need to have the same number or higher intimidation. Now, at the moment we are level 1 intimidation. So we bring these up, hopefully it will focus and we can have a little look. So Merwin here's got intimidation of 3, Lily's got 2, and Olwen's got 5. Right, so we're not going to do, so we do Lily first basically. So we can upgrade our intimidation once, costs 15 gold. I won't be able to do it today because this is our 5 terror day. But I think that's the quest that we want to do. Although we have been doing this other quest. Oh, it was in the woods, in fact. I think we missed it. We were supposed to go to a spot in the woods. So let's go back. I'm tempted to go back in the woods because we've got 7 gold. Oh, we should have done that on the way. I think it's just off here, but we have to go back. We can continue this quest on. I think let's do that. Let's go down. We've done the fishing. Oh, we haven't skipped time. 4 hours. So that's 8 half hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, plenty of time. Yeah, let's go back 3, 4, 5. I'm going to risk it. I think it's one of these ones here on the end, so I don't have to go too far. It's a 1, don't get anything, fantastic. 5, 6, 7. There it is. Again, so another 1. I'll take it. Right, 2, 2, 4, perhaps. Let's have a look. 2, 2, 4. That's 2, 2, 5. I can see it's on 2, 2, 5. We'll keep that out, ready to go. 7, 8, 9. We could do a bit of logging here. We've got 1 spot free. Let's roll for an encounter first. A 4. That's a rabbit. That's good. We've got a space for a bit of raw meat. 1 more raw meat would be good. That would be good. Pretty tempted to do that. Okay. Capture 1 more raw meat. I'm up for it. Right, that is now us completely filled up. 35 slots, but our axe and pickaxe, fishing rod, fishing net and bedroll take up twice the amount of space. Unfortunately, well actually it's only 3 of those that take up twice the amount of space. There we go, we have now got ourselves a completely full set of stuff. We can drop some stingers. I don't know if we can sell those, I don't think so. We need the charcoal for this bit of quest. We could probably drop the mushrooms, they only give you 1 health. In fact, we could put the mushrooms in our pouch because you can eat those. You can eat those. So we'll put those there with our apples. So we do have 1 more spot actually. We can get rid of those black thorns, we don't need those right now in the eyes even. So we can make a bit of space. I could make a bit of space, that's fine. Anyway, let's continue on. We're going to go down there. Okay, 9, 10, 11. 11. Right, so we do our encounter. It's a 3, which is nothing. Okay, that's fine. So we've gone back to the spot on this quest that we needed to be at. So quest R, there are 3, so we need a little recap about R3. So we were sent off on a little treasure hunt by these girls, the farmers' daughters, and we got to this place and they found a secret sort of rubbing there, and then they said we could go get some charcoal, and they gave us a bit of paper. That was our quest item that they gave us, was a roll of paper. So now we've got the charcoal and the paper together. we can make ourselves a rubbing. So it says we got to return with some charcoal, then take R4. So we're going to use up this roll of paper, chuck it on the floor, and we're going to use our bit of charcoal, which frees up a bit more space in our inventory, which is nice. So let's put the charcoal back. We will also get rid of this quest item, and we'll take quest item R4. So we've got a whole bunch of quest items up here. So we want R4, which is that one. So let's see what we get from our rubbing. Ooh, stone rubbing. Here we are. So this is what happened. So we combined the charcoal and paper, rubbed it against the stone. Is that going to focus? Come on now. We got a little image here. It looks like some waves. Something's a bit difficult to make out. It says this stone rubbing. So we got that. So we put that in our quest items slot. So we've got our quest items here, we'll just put that there so we can remember it. And take R4. Right, so we were supposed to read R4 first. Didn't do that. I went straight to the quest item. You managed to find the same spot, then have a quick look around you. You place the paper over the markings and rub the charcoal over it, making the image appear on the paper. Take quest item R4 now. Okay, well, we've got that already. Fine. Okay, so that it doesn't tell you where to go now, so that's quite interesting. So what we've got to think about as the player is, what do we do with this information? Is there anyone we can go to who's going to have R5 in there? If we take a look at Lily here, you'll see all the quests that she's a part of. She's mainly a part of quest Q. So underneath the picture you see she's got Q1, Q2, Q4, Q5, Q20. So we could we could just go through the whole deck of characters and find the whole person who has R5, which would be the next card in after R4. Or we can just sort of think about, okay, so what's happened? We've got something cryptic. We got a rubbing that we don't know what it's for. So we're trying to find someone who might have the information to help us with that. So we have a little think about which of the characters that we met so far do you think could help that. So there are a couple of candidates for that. But I won't go into it. So we've progressed that on a little bit, but we can always just go and stop off and talk to people in the next day. So we go back, so 11, 12, 1. So we keep rolling, and that's going to be a half hour used up. We're going to have a little think about what we're going to do for the rest of the day. We might just skip forward in time and go to sleep. It's a 2, which is nothing. 1, 2, 3. Where's the 3? There it is. It's a 2, which is nothing. 3, 4, 5. It's a 1, 6, 7. Last one out. 7. That's a boar. So I'm going to say how lucky we were before by not having any encounters. Right, we need 4, 5, or 6 on our sneak. 6! Yes, we can just sneak right past it. Fantastic. Let's put that there actually. Okay. Fantastic. That was very easy. We managed not to get any encounters really at all there. We snuck past the boar, sneaked past him. So we're done with that. Now we need to have a little think. We can't sell anything, upgrade anything. I've got in my rulebook a list of the things you can do with 5 terror. So yeah, we can get into fights and we can flee from enemies. We can forage. We can pick apples, pan for gold. You need a gold pan, which you don't have yet for that, so we can't do that. We could get drunk if we wanted to, but that's a bit risky because if we end up stumbling out the doors by accident, use a 4-sided die to determine where you walk when you're drunk. You don't have control over that. If we stumble outside, we might lose a lot of stuff, so we don't want to do that. But it means you don't get a nightmare. So if you had a bit of unfortunate luck, then maybe you just get drunk instead and you don't have to have a nightmare for the next time. We can play Royal Oldham, we can eat some food, and we can fish. So Royal Oldham is pretty much the only thing we can do. And that is the poker style game where we use real cards. And we can gamble 10, 15 or 20, I think it is at the moment. I was tempted to do 10, 20, 30, but you double up what you get if you win. Winning 60 would be, well, I don't know, I think it's quite a lot really. So I'm thinking it's just going to be 10, 15, 20. You can only do it 3 times as max. So it acts a bit like a node. So what we would have actually here on our tracker for our nodes, we can put something like R01, R02, R03, which is Royal Oldham 1, 2 and 3. So once we've done that, we have to sleep for 5 hours to reset the nodes. We haven't used many nodes, so we don't really need to do that. Oh yeah, we can't. So we can't buy a room actually because that would count as a. We can't. I guess we can interact. We can't sell our fish to Nuth, who's our man who we play Royal Oldham against. But we could just play Royal Oldham with him. Do we want to risk like 10 gold for that? So we would double up, so we'll basically win 10, 15 or 20 gold. Maybe it is okay just do 10, 20, 30. Winning 60 would be very good, and it would get used up pretty quickly. It will help you. Let's do 10, 20, 30. I'm not going to... gambling 30 gold when you've only got 66 is a big gamble. And we lost last time. So, yeah, okay. Well, also, if we're going to wild sleep, we can't make a fire. And that means if we get attacked, it's not going to be great. Let's have a quick look at our wild sleeping options. What we could do is not sleep for the night, which you can do. So you can get you can only get a maximum of 3 hours sleep if you're not in a bedroll. We've got a bedroll, so we can have our full max sleep if we wanted to, and then get attacked by something. But we won't have a fire, which means we could get attacked by bandits or a night stalker, and it could be up to 4 attackers each. So what we could do is not sleep and just guard for 8 hours, which means we're 100% safe, definitely not going to get attacked. But then no sleep, which means we're going to have -6 health points. So we've only got 5, so just we'd have 0 health points. But that's okay. Your health is determined from your character, your species, plus your defense from your armor. So only having 5 off that's not massive, it'll be okay. But obviously we don't get any sleep bonus. You can get up to 10 health points for that. And if you only get 2 hours or less sleep for 2 days in a row, you fall unconscious. And you follow instructions for when you're drunk and fall unconscious. You can lose all your stuff basically. But it'll only be for 1 day, so we could do that. I think I'd rather do that than risk being attacked and losing everything. Because if you fall unconscious when you're attacked, there's a chance of losing everything in your satchel. Our satchel is absolutely crammed full of everything, so we don't want to do that. That's okay. How are we doing for time? We've got 15 minutes. Okay, we could play a game of Royal Oldham. We'll just bet 10, maybe, on it and see how that goes. Or should we just sleep and go to the next day? And then we can actually start doing stuff. Maybe we just do that. So if we want to sleep somewhere, we have to sleep where there isn't a building or a path. So we could just probably sleep right here, in fact. I guess there's a node there, a fishing node, but it's not a path or a building. So we could sleep here and then just go to the next day. I I think that would be okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything we want to do today in this game day. We've done a bit of the quest because we weren't talking to anyone. We could just go there and do that bit of the quest. That's okay. Right. Well, let's just sleep here. Let's just sleep here, and we'll fast forward the day. Like I said, if you can just, there's no point actually having anything to pay to sleep because you can just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's basically the same thing. So let's put these cards away because we're going into night, and we'll see what happens at night. So we'll see if we get another nightmare. It'd be good if we don't get another nightmare. We can't get drunk because we don't have any food. We're just going to have to hope we don't get another nightmare because that would be annoying. I did have some rules as an extra set of rules. I've got sort of ones that will either make the game more simple or more complex. And one of the more simple rules is that you can't have more than one nightmare in a row. So you can't have 2 nightmares in a row. But that's just like an extra rule at the moment. But I mean, we could easily do that. We could easily get that. And that would just be unlucky, really. I don't know if I want to make that a proper rule or not, really. What would you do if you get 2 nightmares? Maybe re-roll it, or would you just say there's no? Maybe just re-roll. Anyway, so we go to night. Let's just skip forward to night. So skip forward all the way to night. Reset the timer. We're gonna go. We're not gonna sleep at all. In fact, so what we're gonna do is do 100%, 8 hours of guard, which is the whole night of guarding. So that means we don't even bother rolling for any kind of encounters. We're not even going to chance it because we've got so much stuff in that satchel. We can't do this again the next day, but we're not planning on doing that anyway. So what we're going to do is get all our health back, which doesn't include a sleep bonus, and it's not going to include our 5 from that. And I think we were on 45, so it might be 40, but I'm going to have to double check that. Again, maybe it's worth putting that information somewhere, but let's have a look at our armor. Where's our armor? There it is. So we've got bare leather. No, wait, we're doing. Yeah, armor. So we've got bare leather head, which is 7. Then we've got boar leather hands and feet and the rest of it. So body's 5, 4, that's 9. And then we've got 3 for each of those. So 6 plus 9 is 12, plus 7 is 19. And then we add the upgrades. So we've got level 5, so that's plus 12 on 19. That's going to be only 31. And then level 3, 31 plus 5 is 35. Yeah. No, 36, isn't it? So we got 6 plus 9. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 6 plus 9 is 12. No, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. 15 plus 7. It's 22. 22 plus 12, 34, plus 5, 39. And then we would have plus 5 done that, 44. So I think that's right, 39. That sounds right. 39, 39, 39. There's no sleep bonus. That's okay. 39 is what we're at without our 5 species bonus. So we're on to the next day of the week as well. We're now day 6 of week 2. Okay, we reset. We don't have any terror now. We've gone through a whole day. Don't know if we'd have to have it like a node where you'd have to actually sleep for 5 hours. We would be in trouble if that was the case. but I don't think so. I think because it just lasts the day, the next day. So I think you don't need to specify that. It lasts the day, and then once you get to night, you don't have it anymore. You know, even if you don't sleep. It maybe doesn't make loads of sense, but maybe you have to sleep 5 hours. But this would be bad. We're going to lose a bunch of stuff. I think you just get it. You spend the day relaxing, and then you don't have the terror anymore. That makes sense. Right, and we roll for our dream. Do we have to dream? Do we have? I think you. Well, we're not sleeping. We haven't got any hours of sleep, so we don't have a dream or sleep. Yeah. We haven't slept any hours, so there's no point rolling on that. We don't dream, so we don't unlock any more of the main quest. We do the weather. 5 and 6 is raining. So 1. Okay, that's fine. So it's okay weather. Okay, so it's the next day. We don't have terror anymore. We're good to go. We are still here. We didn't get attacked because we didn't sleep. We just spent the whole night guarding. But we still managed to lose all our terror. So we're back to normal. What we want to do is sell. Ooh, we want to cook. We want to upgrade all of our raw meat. We've got 10 minutes. We can go and upgrade our cooking down here. We want to sell our walnut logs. Let's just do that first. So we do the walnut logs. Well, we don't need to do that now. We can do that later. Let's just go down south 181. Go through. Do we want to? Hold on. Have a think. There's also we could get our apple pie made. Maybe because I'm thinking 66. You got a maximum of 99 gold. Let's make apple pie, which is going. Well, let's get an order of apple pie in, and I think that is going to be the farm. So who's the farmer? Is Sarah the farmer? Apple pie, yes, Sarah. So for 10 gold plus 5 apples, we can get an apple pie, which will restore 10 health. So I think that's worth doing. 10 gold isn't loads. That's alright. Alright, so let's go to the farm. So 177. I'm just a bit worried because we don't want to 1, 2, 3. We don't want to get really lucky with our cooking and then have more than 99 gold, basically. So it's better to spend a little bit more beforehand. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 4. 117, 116, 15, 66, 67, 68, and 169, and then yeah, we can do 70. Do we pick the apples from 70? No, we can pick those apples. 71. There's the farm. Okay, so we could pick some more apples. Do we want to pick some? I guess we do. Let's right. Let's put in. We're going to take our. Okay, so you get 1 apple chip per map card. Doesn't matter how many apple trees are on the map card, as long as there's 1 or more. So we get 2 apples from that. So we'll put 3 apples away. Keep 2. This is going to be 3. We'll keep 2, and those are the 2 we picked up. So it's always good to have a couple of apples, because if you fall in combat but have a couple of health left over to help you, then even just 1 or 2 can keep you alive in that situation. So I think it's worth doing. But we actually kind of probably want to buy like a meal as well, really. Anyway, let's move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's taken half an hour. Well, it hasn't actually taken half an hour. Next step will take half an hour. Okay. We're going to pay 10. I'm going to keep her out so I remember that we have done that. Actually, maybe there'd be a better way of trying to remember that you've done, put something on order. I think this game, I said before, would be good for journaling, because you keep track of the days and times and everything. And every day is quite different, and there's a lot of randomness that can make a day quite fun. So we spend 10 gold, we're given the apple pies, and then tomorrow, the next day, we will get the apple pie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We spend 10, and we've got an apple pie ready to buy. Okay, so we're down to 56. Do we want to upgrade our fishing rod? So we're going to upgrade cooking 3 times 45. We could do that. We want to upgrade our weapon deck as well. Don't think we need to upgrade our rod. That's not the thing. What we want to do is also, we've got boar hide, so we can upgrade our legs to level 5 as well. That'd be plus 12 on both. So that would give us, just see how much more health that would give us if we upgraded those legs, see if it's worth doing. So we're level 3 is 5, and then it would go to 12, so that would actually be 7, wouldn't it? 7 more defense. So that would be worth it. We could put that onto our defense straight away, so we go from 39 to 46. Yeah, maybe we could take on a bear then. Okay. We can do that. I do think we also need to buy, maybe go down to the pub and buy a tasty meal. I think they're 15. So go down to the pub. That would be Alan. Do you sell that? No, he does the pie. So we're looking at what's her name? No, not Gwyneth. Isabel. Isabel sells them 15 and 20. So 15 gold, we will get a tasty meal which restores 20 health. I think we should do that. So we can go to the pub. And we've also got the intimidation to unlock a quest. Oh, there's a lot to do. Okay, let's go down to the pub. I think we're going to need to get a tasty meal. And then we upgrade the cooking, and then hopefully we can cook, and that's going to be our money maker by cooking the food. So we want to kill boar because they're easier than bears. But at some point we want to start killing bears. Oh, I don't know. We still need a bit more health, I think. But I mean, if we see, we need bear leather, bear hide to make bear leather, and then upgrade our bear outfit that way. Let's go to the pub. Let's get rid of these a little bit. Got a bit more space. Let's go to the pub and buy a tasty meal. So we want 1 to 150. So 115, and then 1, 2, 3. Just to give us a bit more space. 177. 78. Okay. Let's put this over here. Right, let's go 72. 72. Oh, we used up those nodes as well. 70 and 71. We haven't reset our nodes yet either. So 70, 71. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go down there. We want 73. And then south to 108. Where are we going to upgrade? I think we are going to upgrade our guide. So 108. Yeah, so we're going to go all the way over to the Tanners. 108, yeah. There, 107. So 107 is the inn. Now we can still afford a week at the inn. Do you want to do that so we don't have to worry about being attacked at night all the time? And then we get some more inventory space. I'm tempted to do that, you know, but that's going to spend all of our gold. But we can get, how many raw meat have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we could get a fair bit of gold from that. I think we're gonna buy a week at the inn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all we have to do is get back to the inn at night. Do we want to pick up some more apples? Yeah, let's pick up apples from 107 as well. Let's pick up apples from 107. Okay. Oh, I think they're apples on the one next to it. Let's keep those there just in case we need them again. Apples. Where are apples? Here. I think we do need to buy a tasty meal as well. Apple. There we go. Tasty meal. There's a tasty meal. Get that ready. And that means we. Oh no, we need to upgrade our skills first. We need to upgrade our skills first. Because then we've got a better chance of cooking the food to a better standard and get more money from it. So we need 45. So we can upgrade once. We've got 2 walnut logs, don't we? 2 walnut logs and some bleak. Oh, we didn't sell the walnut log, did we? We should have done that. We can do that on the way back. Okay, let's. What's next? 106. There's another set of apple trees. So let's get those as well. I thought there was another one. So 106. Okay, fine. And then we want to go all the way over to the Tanner shop. So it's going to be 5. That's the bakery, that's the shop, that's the tailor, that's the tanner. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. At the tanners. We're going to from the 2 walnut logs we'll get 4. Some bleak gives us 2, 6. We can't make up 10, can we? We would have to. Or are we buying? No, we're not buying the room in just yet. Right. We're going to upgrade. We can upgrade once and still afford to upgrade our fishing 3 times. Boar hide plus 10 gold. And we can upgrade once, our legs once. But we could do some logging. There were still nodes there where we can do some logging. I think we just need 10 gold, then we can upgrade. So let's do both. Let's do both. I think I believe. Yeah. So 2 boar hides, and then we can upgrade. So that's plus 7 to our outfit. So +7, let's say that's 46 health in total. That's good. We could take on a bear. They've got 40 health. Well, we could. Still doesn't feel like quite enough. Animal loot. Let's put the boar hide back. We don't. Yeah, time is up. Boar hide. Let's put that back. So yeah, tomorrow, next stream, we are going to do a bit of logging, sell some stuff to make up that 10. So we're down to 45, 46. No, we did twice. 36. 36. We need 10 more gold, and we spend 20 gold. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 in. Still got a fair bit in there. We've still got 36. We've upgraded. Good. Okay, so all we need to do now is upgrade our cooking, cook the meat, and yeah, well, logging first to get 10 gold, so we're up to 45 or 9 gold, and then upgrade cooking, do the cooking, hopefully get lots of money, and then I guess we're going to need to get the bear armor and start working on that at some point. Right, we're out of time, so we're going to pack up. So we're going to take all of these, which are nice and easy to pack away because they're all in a line. So put those together. We'll leave the one out that we need. Stay at the tanners for now, and we'll put it all away. So 103 up there, and then 66. So you can see that packing away is very quick. It is a card-based game, so there's a fair bit of movement with the cards taken out, putting away. It depends how big your table is, of course, but yeah, I think it's pretty quick, really, to do all this stuff. I don't really mind doing it. You're playing on your own for the most part, so there's no rush. Right, okay, so I think we've done alright. We've got the pies on order, we've upgraded, and yeah, we don't have terror anymore, so we can do some stuff again. So fantastic. So yeah, hopefully see you in the next stream. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.